I was not, quote, an alcoholic either, but I used alcohol to cope. So they call that like disordered drinking or alcohol abuse disorder, would binge drink every now and then. And as I got older in my 30s, like I didn't take shots or go to the bar anymore. It was the glass of wine at night or the 2 glasses on a Wednesday because I had a rough day. You don't have to be an alcoholic to have a problem with alcohol, but you have to be aware of how it affects your spirit because, they call it wine and spirits. Wine and spirits. They don't call it spirits for nothing.
Yep.
Because you are literally inviting in, who knows, different energies that are unconscious, subconscious, that are not of your spirit or soul. So it's a lot deeper than just a glass of wine. It's like, how is it affecting me? And I think it really clouds intuition because it shuts off a parts of our brain. It shuts off our connection with self, because that's really what we're afraid of, I find, for me. So I think it's important to share that, like, I was not some raging alcoholic. I was successful. I had a higher degree, education. I was money, everything looked cute, right? But it was just a question too. I journal a lot and I was asking myself deep questions. It was right before my birthday and I said, what can I give myself? What is a gift? And I heard as clear as day. I was in the hallway and closet. I was putting towels away and it was like, stop drinking for a year. Because I had heard stop drinking before, but I didn't listen to it. But I heard just for a year. And I was like, why? And I had known that. I was like, okay, fine. For a year, I'll do it. So I started with just a challenge to not drink for a year, which turned into almost 5 years now. So everything Sarah's saying, listen, listen. Don't be afraid to listen and obey. That's what I always say. Don't just listen, but obey.
Right. Yeah. Because I could have just as easily been like, why? I'm going to keep drinking. This isn't a problem. And I would
Mhm.
not be where I am today. That is for sure.
Same,
Because
same.
it's how I found my tarot work, how I found my spirituality. And that's what taught me to listen, which I wasn't listening before. I didn't even know there was something to listen to
I
before.
would just scream. I would scream at God. I would scream at life. I would scream at everybody in my head and out loud and on my journal. But did I ever listen? No, because I was afraid of what I'd hear. I'm like, I feel like God or the universe or whatever was going to tell me something I didn't want to hear. Like, Carla, you should be a nun and stop wearing makeup, and you're supposed to be single and celibate for your whole life. It's like, we're afraid that God or the universe or whatever, life, that we're not going to get what we want. And we're afraid to listen and accept. But the truth is that if we really do listen and accept, it's going to be not only what we want and dream, but beyond our wildest dreams. But it's hard to have the faith because we don't have proof.